Stop everything for a moment and answer me honestly. I want you to look at where you are right now. Which country are you in? What time is it where you are watching this? I want you to really notice it, because what I'm about to say is meant for you. Yes, for you, in this exact moment, in this exact place. If it's late at night and your heart is tired and the world feels silent around you, then you are in the perfect moment to hear this. If it's morning and life has already weighed heavily on you, then this is exactly what you needed to understand before the day moves on. Wherever you are, whoever you are, this message is not random. Every second, every tear, every struggle you've had was being noticed. So don't just watch this video. I want you to feel it. I want you to reflect on where you are, what you are carrying, and why this moment matters. Because what I'm about to share will make you see your pain differently. It will show you that nothing you went through was wasted, nothing you endured went unseen, and that your heart has been quietly growing stronger all along, even when you didn't realize it. Take a deep breath. Notice the time, notice your place, and stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you will understand why every struggle, every loss, and every tear was shaping you for something greater. This is not just a message. This is your life, your journey, your awakening, and it starts now. Your pain was always seen. Sometimes the hardest part of pain is not the pain itself, but the feeling that no one truly saw it. You cried quietly. You stayed strong when you wanted to fall apart. You carried weight that no one asked about. And over time the heart starts believing that all of this happened for nothing. But that belief is not true. Nothing that happened to you went unnoticed. Not the tears you wiped away. Not the nights you stayed awake thinking. Not the moments you held yourself together when everything inside you was breaking. Even the pain you never spoke about was known. The strength you showed when no one was watching mattered. Every time you chose patience instead of anger, silence instead of bitterness, you were doing something meaningful. That time was not wasted time. It was shaping you in ways you could not see yet. Before healing ever arrives, meaning already exists. Before answers appear, value is already written. The waiting itself matters. The surviving matters. You were not forgotten in your hardest moments. Your pain was seen fully, completely, and with care. Pain is not cruelty, it is selection. In the inner spiritual path, pain is not given to everyone. It is given to hearts meant for refinement. Fire does not touch what holds no value. What you experienced was not abandonment. It was careful shaping. Your hardship existed because comfort could not produce what was being formed inside you. Pain enlarges the heart to carry what ease cannot. Some things cannot enter the heart unless the heart first grows larger, and the heart does not grow in comfort. It grows when it is stretched. Pain does this stretching. It opens space inside you that ease never could. Without realizing it, hardship makes the heart deeper, wider, and stronger. When life is easy, the heart stays small. It holds simple hopes, simple fears, and simple understanding. But when pain arrives, it pushes the heart beyond what it once knew. You begin to feel more deeply. You notice things you never noticed before. You understand people, sorrow, and patience in a way that books and words can never teach. This growth is not gentle. Stretching never is. It feels uncomfortable, sometimes unbearable. But what is happening inside you is not damage. It is expansion. You are being prepared to carry wisdom, compassion, and calm that would not fit in your earlier self. This is why relief is sometimes delayed. Not because help is far away, but because the heart is still becoming wide enough to hold what is coming. If comfort arrived too early, it would return you to who you were before. The waiting is not empty. It is shaping you. One day, you will notice that the things that once broke you no longer have the same power. You will feel steadier, more understanding, more gentle with others and with yourself. That change did not happen suddenly. It was built slowly through pain. Ease gives rest, but pain gives depth. And depth allows you to hold more light, more peace, and more meaning than you ever thought possible. What broke your heart was protecting your future. When something breaks your heart, it feels like damage. It feels like something important was taken from you. In that moment, it is almost impossible to believe that anything good could come from such loss. But not everything that hurts is meant to harm you. Some things hurt because they are moving you away from what would have hurt you even more later. Not everything that leaves your life was meant to stay. Some people, plans, and dreams can only walk with an older version of you. If they stayed, they would limit who you were becoming. What felt like loss was often protection you could not see at the time. The heart holds tightly to what it knows, even when it is no longer good for it. Breaking that grip is painful, but if the grip was never broken, you would remain in places that slowly drain you. Sometimes the heart must be broken open so it can be freed. You may have begged for things to work out, not knowing they would cost you peace, growth, or direction. What ended did not end because you were unworthy. It ended because it could not follow you into your future without holding you back. What was removed through pain was not punishment, it was guidance. You were saved from roads that would have led to smaller versions of yourself. And although it did not feel like protection at the time, one day you will look back and realize that the breaking of your heart was the beginning of your safety. Pain trained your trust in what never fails. When life becomes heavy, it teaches the heart lessons that comfort never could. One of the deepest lessons is learning where trust truly belongs. Before pain, the heart spreads its trust everywhere. It trusts people, plans, opportunities, and sometimes even luck. But many of these supports are not steady. They can fail, disappear, or betray. And when they do, the heart feels shaken, lost, and fragile. Pain strips all of that away. It removes what is temporary so that the heart can find what never fails. The heartbreaks, the betrayals, the disappointments, all of them are teachers. They show you that only certain things are constant. Only certain things can hold you when everything else falls away. In the emptiness left behind, trust begins to find its true home. At first, this process is frightening. The heart feels unsteady without its usual anchors. But slowly, through hardship, you learn that what remains is reliable. You begin to see that there is a presence, a force, and a care that does not change, does not waver, and does not fail. Pain trains you to lean on this alone. It is not cruel, it is guidance. When the heart finally rests in this trust, fear loses its grip. The anxieties that once seemed unbearable become small. The things that once threatened to shake you no longer have power. Your patience grows stronger, your awareness grows deeper, and your life becomes steadier. This is one of the greatest gifts pain gives. A trust that is unshakable because it has been forged in the fire of difficulty. Pain awakens the inner self. Many people live their lives without truly meeting themselves. They go from day to day, following routines, fulfilling responsibilities, and seeking comfort, but their hearts remain asleep. They never notice the depths inside them, the quiet whispers of their own soul, or the truth that waits patiently beneath the surface. Pain changes that. Pain awakens the inner self. It forces the heart to turn inward when nothing else can. When suffering arrives, it strips away distractions, the noise of the world, the false comforts, and the illusions no longer matter. The heart cannot hide from itself anymore. In that emptiness, awareness begins. You start to see yourself clearly, the fears, the weaknesses, the strengths you never acknowledged, and the desires you cannot ignore. You start to notice the subtle lessons in life, the hidden signs, and the truth that was always present, but you never paid attention to. This awakening is not easy. It can be painful to look at yourself honestly. It can feel uncomfortable to face what you avoided for so long. But this is the beginning of true understanding. When the heart wakes, it no longer depends entirely on what the world gives. It begins to see the deeper meaning in events, to feel the quiet presence of care, and to recognize the invisible guidance that was always around it. Through pain, you learn what truly matters. You learn what is real, what is lasting, and what is empty. You become more aware of your own capacity for patience, love, and strength. You start to live not only on the surface of life, but also in the depth of your own soul. Pain, in this way, becomes a teacher, and the heart that was asleep is now awake and listening. Pain reveals what is real. Pain has a way of showing you the truth about everything. When life is easy, it is simple to believe that everything is steady and everyone around you is reliable. But comfort can be deceiving. It hides what is fragile and what is temporary. It keeps the heart busy with illusions, with things that feel important but will not last. Pain comes to remove that veil. It shows what is real and what is not. When you are hurt, when expectations are broken, and when plans fall apart, the masks people wear begin to fade. You begin to see who truly cares, who is genuine, and who is only present when it is convenient. You begin to see the things you were clinging to that never really belonged to you. Pain separates what is essential from what is meaningless. This process can feel harsh at first. The heart struggles against the emptiness left behind when illusions are stripped away. But what remains is pure. The relationships, the habits, the values, and the people that survive the storm are the ones that are meant to stay. Pain teaches you to let go of what does not belong, not out of cruelty, but out of care. It also teaches the heart to recognize true blessings. When false things fall away, real things shine brighter. Gratitude grows for what you have, not what you hoped for. Strength grows from what you survived, not what was easy. Clarity grows from what you lost, not what you held on to. Pain reveals the real foundation of your life, your heart and your soul. It strips away pretense and leaves only truth. Through this, the heart becomes quieter, wiser, and more honest. It learns to trust what lasts and to release what was never meant to stay. Pain is not only a teacher, it is a mirror, showing the heart exactly what it needs to see to move forward with clarity and strength. One day your pain will become understanding. One of the most comforting truths about pain is that it does not stay meaningless forever. There will come a time when the suffering you went through will make sense. What once felt heavy, unfair, or unbearable will transform into understanding. The moments you could not explain, the nights you cried in silence, the mistakes, the losses, and the heartbreaks, all of them will reveal their purpose. At the time, you may have begged for relief, for answers, or for an end to the hurt. You may have questioned why these things happened to you and wondered if they would ever stop. In those moments, it felt as if the world had forgotten you. But life does not move without wisdom, even when you cannot see it. Every experience, every struggle, and every tear carries a hidden lesson that is waiting for the right moment to be revealed. One day, you will look back and see that the very pain that once broke your heart was the same pain that built your strength. You will see that the struggles that felt impossible were preparing you for clarity, resilience, and growth. You will realize that what seemed like endless suffering was actually a teacher, shaping your understanding, patience, and perspective. Even the mistakes you made, the doors that closed, and the paths that ended abruptly will appear in a new light. You will understand why certain people left, why certain opportunities did not work out, and why certain dreams faded. Each of these moments was part of a larger design, a plan that was always moving toward your benefit, even when it was hidden from you. When this understanding arrives, your pain will no longer feel like a burden. It will feel like a bridge, connecting your past struggles to the person you have become. It will feel like proof that nothing you endured was wasted, that every tear was seen, and that every challenge was meaningful. The heart that once questioned will now be grateful. The soul that once ached will now be wise. And the person who once suffered in silence will now stand with a quiet certainty that everything happened for a reason, and that everything you survived was shaping you for a life of deeper awareness, peace, and strength. Your pain is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of understanding, and one day you will see it clearly. Before we end, take a moment to let this sink in. Every tear, every ache, every sleepless night, every moment you felt unseen, it was never wasted. Your patience, your endurance, your silent prayers, your struggles, they were shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and closer to peace than you ever imagined. Remember this, your pain was always seen. It was never meaningless. The things that left your life, the heartbreaks, the losses, the disappointments, they were protecting you. They were preparing your heart for what truly belongs to you. And the strength you have gained, the awareness you now carry, the clarity you are beginning to feel, these are the treasures hidden inside your hardships. One day, all the moments you could not understand, all the struggles you questioned, all the tears that seemed endless, they will become proof. Proof that nothing in your life was random. Proof that every challenge, every struggle, and every season of pain was shaping your soul for something greater. So as you leave this video, carry this truth with you. Your journey, your pain, and your growth are meaningful. You were never alone. You were never forgotten. And your heart, no matter how broken it felt, was always being prepared for a life of depth, peace, and understanding. Hold on to this, reflect on it, and walk forward knowing that everything you endured was leading you exactly to where you were meant to be.